Sharangadeva says, Geetam Vadyam Tatha Nrityam Sangeetam Uchyate. So it is the combination of Geeta, Vadya and Nritya which makes Sangeeta as per Sharangadeva, which we will study in this chapter. The Nartanadhyaya, the 7th chapter, has the maximum number of shloka in Sangeet Ratnakar. And apart from Natya Shastra's descriptions, the Nritya is described in 3 ways. Nritya has extensive definition: Tandava, Lasya, Anga, Upanga, Pravritti, Vritti and so forth. And then the different Lasyangas, the Gaundali Vidhi, the Prenkhana and so forth makes Sangeet Ratnakar, because by the time of Sangeet Ratnakar, dance as a form had started developing and had dissociated from drama. So here you see a strong development which is noted by Sangeet Ratnakar in the Nartanadhyaya. So this module we shall study the details and the importance of Nartanadhyaya of Sangeet Ratnakar. Namaste, good morning. As you know, we are studying this paper with detailed study of Natya Shastra and Sangeet Ratnakar. From Natya Shastra to Sangeet Ratnakar, it's about 1000 years of the history of Natya, Nritya, Nartana. It's in a growth. These two texts show a continuum of the growth of the performing art traditions of India. And so in this module and in this chapter, we will try to see what is the importance and what is the important information that Sangeet Ratnakar is giving to us, and also briefly we can try and compare the Natya Shastra and the Sangeet Ratnakar. So in the diverse and comprehensive field of music, that is Sangeeta, Sharangdev's Sangeet Ratnakar would rank on the top from the point of view of clear subtlety and appropriate treatment as well as uniqueness. Sangeet Ratnakar has been highly influential and inspiring to the best of composers, while also proving to be the ideal example of great composition. It has also been a popular target for direct and indirect criticism. Among all the longest musical creations and literature written in Sanskrit, Sangeet Ratnakar is the only one that is read and analyzed in its purest form. It is used by all writers and composers as a benchmark and also as substantial testimonial to the principles, as Sangeet Ratnakar is one volume on which there has been most oral and written criticism. Sangeet Ratnakar would perhaps be the one volume with the most number of editions published, most translations done, so far as well as the most studied musical volume. It would be impossible to completely understand the ancient volume and the principles mentioned in them in their complete depth without Sangeet Ratnakar. As you see, Sangeet Ratnakar encompasses all the three realms of Sangeeta, that is the Gita, oral music, instrumental, Vadya, and dance, the Nritya. Keeping his aim and time in the mind, Sharangadeva has compiled the essence of about 40 earlier experts, Purvacharyas, of the age-old Lakshana tradition of music in Sangeet Ratnakar. He has compiled and described it in very concise and clear manner, which makes it great. Let's introduce the writer. After the Mangalacharan, in the 93 shlokas, Sharangadeva introduced himself, his lineage, and the kings in whose courts he worked. Ashtar Data. Sharangadeva's forefathers were intellectual pandits residing in Kashmir. Sharangadeva composed Sangeet Ratnakar during the Sindhav Naresh reign between 1270 to 1286 AD, when he held the high position in the court. The volume was completed around second half of the 13th century. And what were his subject and the chapterization? So, before the Sangeet Ratnakar was composed, dance had already developed as a separate art from and independent of and disconnected with music. Sangeet Ratnakar thus describes music independently and is Lakshana Granth for the same. However, drama related some very basic and important subjects that have been taken up in the dance chapter also. It also, Sangeet Ratnakar discusses and covers the three limbs, that is Gati, instruments, Geeta and Nritya. Sangeeta is the Lakshana Granth of all these. The volume is divided into 7 chapters. Swagata Adhyaya, Raga Viveka Adhyaya, Prakina Kadhyaya, Prabandha Adhyaya, Taladhyaya, Vadhyadhyaya and Nartanadhyaya. Swargatadhyaya, and it is further divided into 8 subchapters. They are Padartha Sangraha, Mangalacharan, an introduction to the writer and such. Then Pindotpati, the condition of the living, the anatomy and such. Third is Nadosthana, Shruti, Swara, Jati, discussion on the basic elements and other topics. Then Grama Murchana, Kramamartana, that is the principle based on Gramadi. Then Sadharan, the procedure of Swarva Sadharan. Then it is Varna Alankara, that is discussion of Varnas and Alankaras. The Jati Prakarana is the common characteristics, and then Gati Prakarana, the characteristics of Kapala, Kambala Gana and the Padaschita Gita. Second is the Raga Viveka Dhyaya. Raga Viveka Dhyaya is divided into 2 subchapters. The first one discusses the characteristics of the raga as well as the Grama Raga, Uparaga, language, Vibhasha and Antarabhasha. In the second section, it discusses the Raganga, Kriyanga, Bhashanga and Upanga ragas of the Deshi kind. It also gives example songs of the notes, rhythms, etc. for the major Grama ragas. Then the third chapter is Prakinadhyaya, Prakirnakadhyaya. The chapter covers the topics that have not been discussed in any of the other chapters, like Vagyayakara, Geyaka Bheda, Shabda, Shabda Bheda, Sharira Lakshana, Gamaka, Alapti, Vrunda, and such. The next chapter, that is the fourth chapter of Sangeet Ratnakara, Prabandhadhyaya, covers the discussion on various registered compositions in different areas of music, like the characteristics of the song, their elements of arrangement, differences in arrangement, the manner of the recitation, the characteristics of every arrangement, as well as the positives and negatives of the songs. It talks of Prabandha Tattva, Bheda, Lakshana, as well as merits and demerits of the Gati. The next chapter, that is the fifth, is Taladhyaya. The fifth chapter is Sangeet Ratnakara, and it discusses elements of rhythm, Margatala, Geetaka, Deshitala, and Trala Pratyaya. The Vadhyadhyaya, the sixth chapter, discusses four types of instruments in music, that is Tat, Avanat, Ghana, and Sushir. It talks about how these instruments are made, how they are played, their music and history. It also covers the compositions of the instruments, especially for the Avanadha instruments. And the last, that is the seventh chapter, that is Nrutyadhyaya or Nartanadhyaya. The writer talks about the elements of dance, the Navarasa, the procedures of dance, and some other topics related to the dance. The whole Sangeet Ratnakara is written in shlokas and in 7 chapters. Total shlokas are 7,659. The first chapters is 520 shlokas, and so forth. The 7th chapter is the longest, and which is 1,672 shlokas. That is the Nartanadhyaya. And as per the characteristics of music given by Sharangadeva, Geetam Vadyam Tatha Nrutyam Trayam Sangeetam Uchyate. The third side of music is dance. It is a form of art involving the action of these very special elements in combination or in singularity, in various moods, accompanied with different expressions, and it forms one of the specialistic of Indian music. Natya Shastra expounds and describes in detail these elements in different chapters. The proper abridged and detailed descriptions of these elements is done in Nartanadhyaya of Sangeet Ratnakara. This is the largest and the last section of the book, the 7th. There are 3 different parts of Sangeeta, Geeta, instrumental dance. The first to 4th section of Sangeet Ratnakara discusses Geeta or music, while the 5th and 6th discusses the rhythm. The 6th section discusses different types of instruments, their making, their history and discovery, the different types of according to their opinions, and the last and the 7th section discusses Nartana, that is dance, Nritya, and Natya. It describes in detail the various movements involved in above 3. In the 3, the definition and discussion is one of the most special characteristics of the treaty. In the beginning of the second part, the importance of Sthayi or Sthaya in Nritya has been explained. In the Gondali style, the Swara, the Raga, Sthayi, the Prabandha, the Tal, and the instruments all are related because they are all used in Nritya in some or the other form. Looking at the Nibaddha and Anibaddha, Nartana is more Nibaddha than vocal or instrumental music. Nritya is commonly performed in many folk festivals. It encompasses many types as well as acrobatics also in it. Nritya is also being used to quite some extent in Nritya and in Natya, thus serving as a base for all of them as well. In this third part, Sharangadeva talks about the position of the hand on the various musical instruments such as Pataka, Sarpashira, Alapadma of the Nritya. In all Indian classical as well as folk dance forms, the Ghunguru, Shudra Gharika is worn and utilized in some or the other manner and to varying extents as described in Sangeeta Ratnakar. Also, there would also be usage of some of the other percussion, avana, the instruments of the cymbal, manjira. Some dance forms also use the flute, bansuri, as a form of wind instrument, and in some forms the string instruments are used as well. Thus, Nritya is associated with all four types of musical instruments. Sharangadeva uses the term Nartana, and it is comprising of Nritya, Nritya and Natya. Nritya is the dance form where mainly is done with body movements, that is Gatra Vikshepana. Following the rhythm and speed, happiness, excitement and joy and such sentiments are expressed in Nritya. Nritya focuses more on the expression of the various feelings and emotions, bhava. Natya is expressing rasa. Thus, the author encompasses all the three, Nritya, Nritya and Natya in one word, that is the Nartana. Sarangadeva describes two types of Nritya and Nritya, Tandava and Lasya. The principle of Shankara, Tandu's first action to become recognized among the people is called Tandava, which is Uddhata, that is vigorous. Parvati's dance, made popular in the world through Banasa's daughter Usha and performed among the people, was called Lasya, which was graceful. The Tandava was Uddhata, while the Lasya was Sukumara. Since the Natya Shastra encompasses the elements of all four Vedas, it was called the Natya Veda. It is also so called due to the importance of Abhinaya, that is communication in it. Since the song and music play a prime role in it too, it is known as Gandharva Veda. Explaining the importance of Nartana, Sharangadeva, the author of this treatise, says that by performing dance, one not only gets unbound happiness and satisfaction, but the joy of it is even greater than that of seeing the Creator Himself before one's own eyes. Therefore, it must be performed often, especially on festive and auspicious occasions. Talking in the context of rasa in Nartana, the writer talks about the characteristics of Chaturvida Abhinaya that involves Angika, Vachika, Aharya and Satvika. These four Abhinayas can be presented and performed in Lokadharmi or Natyadharmi styles of presentation. The Abhinaya that is performed suitable to the people at large is the Lokadharmi, and the one that is substitute the realm of Natya is Natyadharmi. Angika Abhinaya is of three types: Shakha, Ankura and Suchi. Nritya is of three types: Vishama, Vikata and Laghu. The art of tight rope walking and such acrobatic activity is Vishama. Donning costumes and performing with the different bodily movements is Vikata. The one performed with limiting movements is Laghu. In the beginning of the chapter, there is a list of contents which gives the division of the different parts of the body, the Anga, the Pratyanga and the Upanga. Anga includes head, hands, chest, side, waist, legs and shoulders. Pratyanga, can you speak? What could be the Pratyanga? No, don't want to try. Okay. The Pratyangas include neck, arms, back, stomach, thighs and legs. And the Upanga includes the pupils, cheeks, nose, lower lips, teeth, tongue, face and other parts like the heels, the feet, the palms. After talking about the parts of the body, Sarangadeva goes on to talk about the Mukharaga, that is the color of the face, the movements of the hands as well as their fields, their different forms, etc. He also talks about the pure and indigenous styles, local practices, the Pravichara as well as Nyaya, Mandala, Ratsanga, Lekha, Shrama and the performer's characteristics. Sangeet Ratnakar also discusses the performer's features, falls, dress up, that is aharya, and all such in detail. The Sampradaya comprising the performers accompanists like the singer and those playing the instrument, and their features, their styles are also discussed. The Gondali Paddhati, the Perini Nartaka style, the Acharya, Nata, Nartaka's characteristics are also talked about. The chapter also talks about the audience and assembly as well about the characteristics of rasa and bhava. All this is talked by the writer in this one chapter. Apart from this, the writer has also talked in brief about the important concepts of Vartana and Chalaka and their characteristics. But Kallinath has explained them by taking from one of the treatises of Kohala. It is worth mentioning that the word Karana has been used innumerable times in the text in different contexts to convey different meanings. In Nartana, Karana is a word used for in different definitions. The author uses the word Karana to convey different respects throughout the text like Hastakarana, Nrittakarana, Charika, Bhedarupa Karana, etc. In Hastakarana, Karana means Vartana, meaning going from one Karana to another Karana. Nrittakarana means the combined and synchronized movements of the hands and the legs. Chari means the combined movements of the feet, legs, thigh and the waist. However, in Charike Bhadrupakarana, the movements of the feet are prime. This is different from Nrittakarana, as in the former, the movements of the feet are prime. About 28 Vartanas have been taken from the Granthas of Kohala. Based on this, Sharangadeva says that the Vartanas could be thousands. The Natya Shastra gives directions and details on how the various matter, foods and medical preparation, when brought together or added to the preparation of dishes, and the elements and nutrients of the same are assimilated by the positive minded individuals by chewing, and in the same way the different feelings and emotions in the body and mind together produce a permanent state and get expressed by the positive minded individual. This is what is the rasa theory of Natya Shastra. And what does Sangeet Ratnakar says? Sharangadeva describes an excellent perspective that Vibhava, Dahi, etc. is Vyanjana Sthaniya. Sanchari, that is tamarind and turmeric, are Aushadha Sthaniya, and Anubhav, that is jaggery, are Dravya Sthaniya and Pak Vishesha Sthaniya. The gist is that just the way there are important roles played by Vyanjana, Aushadhi, Dravya in cooking, similarly there are important roles played by Vibhava, Sanchari and Anubhava in expression of the sentiments. Sharangadeva mentions that Shanta Rasa is Sangeet in Sangeet Ratnakara and says that Sama is the permanent form of Shanta Rasa and it is Vyabhichari for other sentiments. And what are the changes from Natya Shastra to Sangeet Ratnakar in Natya, in Nritya? Natya for Natya Shastra is the creation of Rasoshpati through the expression via Vakyartha Abhinaya, that is Natya. Bharata Muni has said that this is highly beneficial and increases fame and helps progress further, along with other three Abhinayas. Nritya is the dance form performed at celebrations and auspicious occasions like wedding, birth and processions, visit of the son-in-law, etc. The Tandava Nritya and Shringara Prasanga are examples of Nritya. The details on the occasion on which Nritya is performed indicate that Nritya is indeed just a concept. The Nritya is performed at the amorality of men and women, while it was not performed on occasions like Khandita, Vipralamda, Kalahantarita, Naikas. According to that, Nritya and Nritya were together referred to as Nritya. Now let us see what Sangeet Ratnakar says. For Sangeet Ratnakara, Natya is the main meaning of the word. He has mentioned the meaning of Natya to be Natyastha Dharmaha. The main feature of Natya is the expression of emotional theme. Nritya is a dance form complete devoid of acting in all its ways is called Nritya. Nritya is the dance form carried out with Karana and Angahara. And Nritya is the emotions conveyed via bodily movements in the dance form, that is Nritya. Sharangadeva says that Tandava Lasya is a form of Nritya. Natya Shastra says that Nritya and Nritya are one concept, while Sangeet Ratnakar says that Nritya and Nritya are two different concepts. The sthanakas of Natya Shastra. Natya Shastra mentions 3 sthanas for women and 6 for men. For women, it is Ayata Sthana, Avahita Sthana, Ashva Kalasthana. For men, it is Vaishnava, Samapada, Vaishakha, Mandala, Alida, Pratyalida. In Sangeet Ratnakar mentions 23 Vedas: Samapada, Swastika, Samhata, Vardhamanaka, Nandyavarta, Ekapada, Shanurastra, and so on. So you can Garuda, and you can go through all the 23 list of the sthanakas. Then Natya Shastra says that there is difference between sthanaka is sukshma, while Sangeet Ratnakar says the sthanakas take ati sukshma form to increase in quantity. In Natya Shastra, 12 lasyanga are described or are mentioned as they are Geya Pada, Sthita Pathya, Asina, Pushpa Ganika, and so on, Bhavita. But Sangeet Ratna mentions 10 lasyanga, Chali, Bha Chali, Bhu Chali, Chali Vida, Tuka, and such. The lasyanga mentioned in Natya Shastra are the topics of Natya, while mentioned in Sangeet Ratnakar are for Nritya only. This is the reason why the lasyangas of Sangeet Ratnakara involve more of expressions and acting. It involves small and minute details like the hand and leg movements, expressions, head movements, wrist movements, waist movements, and such. And in the area of rasa and bhava, the Vyabhichari bhava of Natya Shastra does not mention Shanta rasa. However, the Sangeet Ratnakar mentions a more permanent form of Shanta rasa with its Sthai bhava as Sama. The Natya Shastra mentions Satvika bhava like Vaivarnya, Sveda, Romancha, Stambha, which are Vyabhichari bhava. However, the Sangeet Ratnakara mentions them as Satvika Bhava only. Natya Shastra uses the term Ugrata, while Sangeet Ratnakara uses the term Augarya. Sangeet Ratnakara mentions the use of chari when the Vyabhichari Bhava are being acted. It can be observed that going from Natya Shastra to Sangeet Ratnakar, the importance of the Natya has declined while that of Nritya increases. This is a very important development in the history of performing arts. Just for example, Natya Shastra does not mention the name Kuttanam, that is the footwork, the concept of dashing or stamping the feet on the earth with a name. Sangeet Ratna calls it Kuttanam. It mentions its different types as Anchita, Agratala Sanchara, Udghatita, Tadita, Ghatadgotsteta, Ghatita, Pashanaga. Then Angika Abhinaya. In Sangeet Ratnakara, there are 24 asanyukta hasta and both 13 sanyukta hasta. And there is, as you see, there is no difference in the quantity here. Then in the Shirobhed, Natya Shastra mentions 13 Shirobhed, whereas Sangeet Ratnakara mentions 17 Shirobhed. In the Hasta Prachara, Natya Shastra mentions 10 Hasta Prachara, whereas Sangeet Ratnakara mentions 15 Hasta Prachara. Thus, you can see that Natya Shastra and Sangeet Ratnakara both have developed the performing arts seen in the last 1000 years. On revisiting the entire volume, Sangeet Ratnakar, it becomes very clear that the creator of Sangeet Ratnakar, Sharangadeva, was not only a very learned man, but also a very well-known great veena and flute player. He was highly knowledgeable in the Vedas, Mimamsa, grammar, yoga, tantra, poetry, Vlanda Shastra, mathematics, darshana and the other shastras, as well as extremely skilled in Ayurveda. It also says that Sharangadeva was an expert in curing diseases and was the epic writer for the Devanagari Empire, and he used words like Srikarna Dhipati, Srikarneshwara, Srikarnanatha, Srikarna Granth, etc. He uses references from poetry and Mimamsa to bear testimony to his skills. He has also written another book, Adhyatma Viveka, or on Ayurveda. He was devout worshipper of Lord Shiva. He uses different adjective terms to refer to himself in various chapters like Shiva Bhakta Supaka, Shiva Vallabha, Shankara Vallabha, Shankara Nupura, Bhava Vallabha, Shri Kashta Vallabha, Shambhu Vallabha, and such. So, here is the whole extensive knowledge that Sharangadeva provides us in Sangeet Ratnakara and how it differs and it collaborates with Natya Shastra. Thank you.